Good evening, sister. May God bless you. Sister, I have a question in 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse number 3. If you allow me, sister, please.
2 Corinthians 11?
Yes, ma'am. Verse 3.
Yes.
Paul the apostle states, "But I fear, lest somehow, as the serpent deceived Eve by his craftiness, so your minds may be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ." Sister, in verse 12, Paul the apostle recommends, sister.
12?
Yes, ma'am. Of the same chapter. It states, "But what I do, I will also continue to do, that I may cut off the opportunity from those who desire an opportunity to be regarded just as we are in the things of which they boast. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles of Christ. And no wonder, for Satan himself transforms himself into an angel of light. Therefore, it is no great thing if he ministers also transform themselves into ministers of righteousness, whose end will be according to their works." Sister, my question is, how can we be able to uncover this deception of the evil one? Because the verse is clear. He dresses with festal apparel, sister. If you may please give us those guidelines so as not to fall into the traps of the evil one and not turn aside from the true gospel. May God bless you.
Very well. Well, thank you, brother. Well, this is why we need to know the doctrine. We need to learn the doctrine. With the doctrine, we will not be deceived by the enemy. With the doctrine, we are not deceived by the false teachings by other false people. There are many people possessed by spirits. The devil uses them to be within the congregation and to disturb the comfortability of the brothers and sisters, the believers, and starts to talk to them and say, "I had a dream. I had this dream and I had a vision and I saw this. And in the vision, I saw that God says that you should do this and that you should go away, that you should leave this church and you should come with me. We're going to go congregate and gather in my home. There in my home, we will gather and pray, for this is what God said to me. And he told me to tell you and come with me. And we're going to pray because here in this church, they're not seeking God. This church has become materialistic. And so come with me." That's it. There, the devil is disguised and dressed as an angel of light. When it says that the devil transforms himself into an angel of light, it means that he says nice things, that apparently he is speaking to you with words that delight a person's ears. And a person will say, "Well, God told me that you are a righteous person, that you do love God, that he is pleased with you, that he is going to bless you and give you spiritual gifts and use you, but you need to leave this congregation." There, the devil is disguised into an angel of light to deceive another person. So the other person says, "Well, how nice. They're saying that I do seek God, that he's going to give me spiritual gifts. Yes, of course, I'm going with you. And when's the first gathering? Where is it? Where's the address? And then we'll come together." And that's how it starts. So the devil there is transformed into an angel of light. Why an angel of light? Because he's saying certain truths. He's saying certain beautiful words that are sweet to a person's hearing. And that is what that means. Angel of light. The devil doesn't directly come and shows you his horns or anything else. But first, he starts to say sweet nothings to a person, so that person falls into the trap. But the person who knows the doctrine, the person who knows it, will not be convinced. Because if this other person who knows the doctrine, the first thing they say is, "Why are you going to tell me that God said this, that this church is no longer it, and that we have to go somewhere else to start a new church?" That is a lie. Because God from the very beginning showed me that this is his church. And God from the beginning said this was his church and he would support it. So you are lying. You are mistaken. A person who knows the doctrine defends it. defends the church, defends what they've learned in the church, and defends it because they know and understand the doctrine and does not let themselves be deceived by the devil. That is what happens. So this is why he is guiding and advising to take heed, because the devil could deceive you, because he is disguised and he is saying beautiful words. He's saying you're a woman that prays, you're a man that seeks God. He can even say private things to you about your life. All of that he could say, and that means angel of light, so that later on he can then bury his claws in you to destroy the spiritual life of people. The devil has always worked. The devil has also worked 50 years that the church has been around, and in these 50 years, the devil has worked a lot. But thanks to the Lord for the doctrine, and we have not let ourselves be deceived by the devil, and God has always protected us. God has protected us. The doctrine, and another thing, having the doctrine and having support from God, having the calling from God and his support is what saves us, has saved us, and what will always save us. And so we must learn and read the Bible, and we must prepare our heart for God. For if you read the Bible a lot, but you don't prepare your heart for God, and you read and you read and you read and you learn, well, then it is of no use to you because your heart is far from God. So God will not support you. God will not help you. We must read the Bible a lot, but also we must prepare ourselves to please God, to love God, to be upright and sincere with him. That's it. That is what will save us from the devil coming to deceive us.